What is going on, Queen City Reefers? Welcome to another episode here with Queen City Reefs and more. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a very happy new year. My apologies for not putting out any videos, but I just felt that it was important that I just spend some time with the family. I hope everybody enjoyed it. And so this is the first video coming back from the holidays, and I decided to do an update on this Kalkwasser Reactor by Avast Marine. So I realized that it's been almost a year, about a year, since I actually posted an update or said anything about it, and I wanted to just reassure everyone that I am actually still using it. As you can see, it's very dirty. I figured, that the potency was going low, so I needed to add more calc, but I was already getting to a point where it was a lot of calc already in here from the, the stuff that doesn't end up dissolving. It had been over a month or so or longer since I've actually had emptied or cleaned this out. So I did want to go ahead and mention, though, things that have happened in that year. And the only major thing that really happened was that this actually developed a leak. Here at the edge where the bottom piece connects to this acrylic tube, there was a leak. And I had to reach out to Avast, and what they recommended was to use this welding glue. It's been a while since I've cleaned this. I clean this maybe once a year with citric acid, and then I get it back to being very see-through, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm just gonna refill it up. And with new Kalkwasser, I ran out of what I was using, which was Avast's own Kalkwasser, which apparently is Mississippi lime or something like that. But I have I'm always trying new stuff or whatever, and so I'm not saying that this product is new, but new to me. And this is from Reef Blueprint, their calcium hydroxide, which pretty much is Kalkwasser. And I believe this is what Chris Meckley uses. So I started off with Brightwell's Kalkwasser, the Kalk 2, I believe. And then once I ran out of the Brightwell one, I moved over to bulk resupply Kalkwasser because I already had it too. And so finally I was like, you know what, let me connect, which is one of what these old models give you, is a port to put the pH probe and measure your pH, the pH inside of this, so you can see what the potency is when it comes to this. I've realized that the new ones don't actually have that anymore, that they instead recommend for you to just get some of the solution that's coming out of this and measure with one of those portable pH probes, which I guess you could do that, but I just like to keep monitoring it, to be honest. Now, I know a lot of people will say, hey, just use the food grade lime water, the one that, from the grocery store, and it's worked for a lot of people, and it's very cost friendly. And I might end up moving to that, because apparently the one that from Avast is that. I used it and no ill effects at all. So I'm just going to run through this, and by the time I'm running through this and I deplete it, then that's when I'll decide I'm making a decision on going to lime, from a store-bought, food grade Kalkwasser versus worrying about, pharma grade, especially when all the impurities really in this thing stay at the bottom, and I'm always throwing it out anyway. So I don't sit here, I don't do, I can see where if someone that does the calc slurry maybe would want pharma grade, but in my case, I don't use the calc slurry. I just use the diluted solution already that comes out from the ATO and put it through and run it through here, and it doses this to the tank. So that's the route that I go. So back to this and the leak that I mentioned that it had. So it had a very small leak, and I was, at first I'm thinking, maybe I spilled it when opening this, but then I noticed that it created a big puddle on the device that it was sitting on. And so I decided to take a look, pull it out, and put some water through it, and sure enough, there was a leak. So what I did was, again, welding glue and just welded it together, but I didn't do such a great job, because when I put this stir back in, this wouldn't twist. The whole deal top would twist because it was getting stuck against the glue that I already had hardened up. So I ended up having to cut this part just a tad bit so that it's raised over that area, and now it stirs perfectly, but it doesn't sit straight at the bottom. And what I've noticed right now that I emptied this out was that there was a lot of calc that had not hardened up but settled at the bottom, and it wasn't mixing that part. So now I see why it had to be at the bottom, because it mixes even what's settled, and now it's not doing that. So I might end up ordering a new body, and I'll have to order a new body along with a new one of these so that it sits at the bottom. But I'm not going to worry about it right now, because so far it's still working as I need it to, and it's still lasting 3 to 4 weeks anyways. So what I do sometimes is I'll go in there and I kind of just push this up and down to kind of, you know, stir it even harder, just so that it gets that off the floor, off the bottom, and you know, go that route. So after a year, do I recommend it? Yes. I don't think, I haven't really seen many issues of these leaking on a constant basis for everybody. So I think this was one in a blue moon type of issue, and you know, nothing that welding glue can't fix. I mean, it's a piece of acrylic anyway, so definitely recommend it, just for the simple fact that when you compare it to Reef Octopus, which I love the brand Reef Octopus, but man, do they charge an arm and a leg for a Kalk reactor, a Kalk stirrer. And so if I had the money, I think I would go for the Reef Octopus, just for the simple fact that it looks really nice. But you know, there's so much other gear that I want to buy that I was like, you know what, let me buy, you know, what's most cost effective for me, and I don't regret it. The pump can be on 24/7. I've had it on literally 24/7 for a whole year, and the motor has worked like a champ. I'm knocking on wood, because I watch me edit this video, put it out, and then the motor goes bad, and you'll be seeing another update after that. But for now, I mean, it's done what it's supposed to do. I enjoy it, and I mean, it stays under my stand, so there's really nothing much to it other than it's been a year, it's still working, it's still doing the job. It raises my pH, it keeps up with my alkalinity and calcium for the most part, and you know, that's what you want it to do. You want to know whether it's worth it, whether it's working, whether do you want to buy the most expensive one. I just honestly don't see the point. You know, I've seen some people do some DIY ones from different reactors that they put on a magnetic stir, and it's even more cost effective that way for them. I would even, if I didn't already have this, I probably would want to go that route. So yeah, I do recommend it. I do like it. I would buy it again. That again should tell you that I bought this in the first place, so I'm not being told or anything like that, you know, to say that about this product. Now, on that note, I will say that I recently, a company reached out to me. I wouldn't say it's a big name. It's nothing like that. I've noticed that they reach out to people like me who have very small subscribers, so I think that's their target group. But what they did was pretty cool. They said, hey, Dennis, you know, we would like to work with you. Here's the products that we are actually sponsoring this month. See if any of these would be useful for you, and if so, this is, you know, what we would like you to do, which is pretty much a video review, an unboxing, a review, and how to use it. And once it's done, let us know, and then, you know, if that works out, then we know we'll reach out every month to do something new from their line of products. And because of that, like, you know, there's no money exchange. All it is I get the product for free, of course. These things, honestly, so far are very cost friendly, that I'm like, okay, is it worth it? But at the same time, you know what? If it's good, if it's cost effective, if it's cost friendly for people, why not? So I'm hoping they work. I haven't opened them yet. I know what they are. We'll discuss it on later videos. Definitely stay tuned for the next one. If they do, just seeing the price of these things, I was like, wow, okay, you know, I could definitely, if they work and they last for a long time, then why not? Why have I been buying these, you know, expensive products? So again, I know how some people feel when people get sponsored. I don't think this is one of those sponsorships where where I'm gonna be like, I don't think there's one of these sponsorships where they pay me or anything like that. It's literally just, they sent it out, you know, they said, hey, pick what you would use, which, as you know, I'm always building tanks here. So 2 of these items that I picked, they sent both. I'm going to use both. And I will definitely love to share, you know, whether it's a good product or not. Honestly, I could care less if people decide to sponsor me, even if I say something negative. Oh, well. I have a full-time job that pays me very well, and I don't need to rely on them. Now, if I ever decide to quit my job and want to go full-time for this, you know, this reefing stuff, then you know, that's another story, right? No, but real talk. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you enjoyed your holidays. I hope you enjoyed being with your families. If you were, until next week, then, you know, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you leave some feedback, hit that like button, comment below, share this video, because I definitely want to continue to increase the numbers of subscribers. And to those that are subscribed, thank you so much. To those that are watching and this is your first time, please consider subscribing. And I guess I'll leave you here until the next time. Catch you on the next one.